Fire roars, feathers glow, and in a final blinding moment, a legendary bird willingly burns itself to death. But this is not an ending. From the ashes, something stirs. A heartbeat begins again, and the phoenix is reborn. Across thousands of years and countless civilizations, humans have told this same impossible story. A bird that cannot die. A creature that chooses destruction only to rise stronger than before. But where did this myth begin? And why has it survived longer than most empires? The earliest whispers of the phoenix come from ancient Egypt, where it was known as the Bennu bird. According to sacred belief, Bennu was born from the waters of chaos at the dawn of creation. It perched atop the sacred Benben stone and cried out, giving birth to time itself. Egyptians believed the Bennu was closely tied to the sun god Re, rising every morning just as the sun rose again after darkness. To them, the phoenix was not fantasy. It was proof that life, order, and renewal always return. Centuries later, the Greeks encountered the legend and transformed it into something even more dramatic. Greek writers described the phoenix as a magnificent, eagle-sized bird with flaming red and gold feathers that lived for 500 years, or sometimes 1,000. When its time came, the phoenix did not grow weak or fade away. Instead, it built a nest of aromatic woods, myrrh, cinnamon, frankincense, and set itself ablaze. No enemy killed it. No disease touched it. The phoenix chose its own end. And then came the miracle. From the ashes of the fire, a young phoenix emerged. Some stories say it carried the remains of its former self to the city of Heliopolis, placing them on the altar of the sun god as proof of rebirth. Imagine witnessing that moment standing in silence as a living flame is reborn before your eyes. Would you believe it? Or would you think you were dreaming? The Romans loved this story, and for good reason. To them, the phoenix became a symbol of eternal Rome, an empire that could never truly fall. Coins were stamped with its image. Poets wrote of it as a promise that even if Rome burned, it would rise again. Ironically, history would later challenge that belief. As Christianity spread, the phoenix took on new meaning once more. Early Christians saw it as a powerful metaphor for resurrection and eternal life. If a bird could rise from ashes, then perhaps death itself was not final. The phoenix appeared in religious writings, sermons, and artwork not as a pagan creature, but as a symbol of divine promise. But here's where the story becomes even more fascinating. Versions of the phoenix appear far beyond the Mediterranean world. In China, a similar creature known as the Fenglong symbolized harmony, virtue, and renewal. In Persia, legends spoke of the Simorgh, a great fire-associated bird of wisdom and rebirth. Across cultures separated by oceans and centuries, humanity kept imagining the same idea: destruction followed by renewal. Why? Some scholars believe the phoenix reflects the natural cycles humans observed. Wildfires that destroyed forests, only for new life to emerge stronger. The sun setting every night and rising every morning. Seasons dying and being reborn. To ancient people, these cycles weren't scientific facts. They were miracles. And the phoenix became their story to explain them. There's also a darker interpretation. The phoenix does not escape pain. It burns. It suffers. Rebirth is not free, it is earned through fire. That idea resonates deeply with human experience. Growth often comes through loss. Strength follows struggle. Reinvention requires letting go of what once was. Ask yourself this: if you knew you could be reborn, would you have the courage to step into the flames? Even today, the phoenix has not faded. It rises in modern logos, literature, films, and national symbols. Cities destroyed by war have adopted it as a badge of survival. People who rebuild their lives after tragedy describe themselves as phoenixes. The myth endures because it speaks to something universal, the hope that no matter how complete the destruction, something new can rise. But was the phoenix ever believed to be real? Ancient historians like Herodotus admitted they never saw one, only heard stories. Others claimed it appeared only once in many centuries, just rare enough to avoid proof, yet frequent enough to sustain belief. A clever myth, perhaps. Or a reminder that some truths don't need evidence to be powerful. So the next time you hear the phrase, rising from the ashes, remember that it carries thousands of years of human hope, fear, and resilience. The phoenix is not just a bird of fire. It is the story we tell ourselves when everything burns and we choose to begin again. If this legend still burns in your imagination, let me know, do you see the phoenix as a myth, a metaphor, or something more? And if you enjoyed this journey through ancient history, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who could use a reminder that endings are not always final. Because somewhere in the ashes, something is always waiting to rise.